Hey everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net. Thank you so much for joining me in this kind of a special video here on my media channel. You don't normally see me in front of the camera. You usually see my hands, which I guess is good enough to get over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you once again. But I wanted to have like kind of a face-to-face talk about a certain release from the Criterion Collection. Now, for those of you who are not aware of my history with the Criterion Collection, I love the Criterion Collection. Like, I'm saving every year for those Criterion sales. I just got a bunch of them. I will probably make another on-camera video showing what I picked up at the Barnes & Noble 50% off sale. And it's actually one of my bucket list items to collect all of the numbered spines for the Criterion Collection. That doesn't mean I'm going to buy every single release from the Criterion Collection. There's non-numbered stuff that I only occasionally pick up, but overall, it's my goal to have, of the numbered collection, an entire set, and I am more than halfway there. Now, Criterion released a massive 40th anniversary Blu-ray box set, which is known as CC40. That stands for Criterion Collection 40 for the 40th anniversary. And in this set, as you can see, they have an elaborate box. They probably have some books in there. They have many films that are picked from the Criterion Collection as being essential Criterion Collection films. And it's just overall super nice set. And I'm not going to be buying it. Unless someone from Criterion wants to send it to me and have me unbox it and talk about it, it's probably not the right purchase for me. But it might be the right purchase for you if you have not yet begun your Criterion Collection set. Now, I'm going to list some reasons, and these are not in any particular order, on why this set, unless someone wants to send it to me to review it in full, why it's probably not for me. And the first thing is the price. This thing retails for $799.99, basically $800. Now, I never pay retail for Criterion. I hope that they're not mad at me for saying that, but with very rare exceptions, I always wait for the 50% off sale. So if I wait for this to be 50% off, like it is today as I film it, but not by the time this video goes up, then it would be $400. Definitely a much easier pill to swallow, but even at that price, I can't justify purchasing it for me right now. And there's a couple reasons why. The first is that none of the discs are 4K. Now, I am not above buying Blu-rays. Heck, I'm not even above buying DVDs if you watch this channel. But that being said, I am mostly moving in the 4K direction when the opportunity arises. In fact, because I'm moving in 4K, whenever there's a sale now or something, I'm basically prioritizing the 4K releases over the Blu-ray releases, especially since a 4K release for a Blu-ray from Criterion might get a 4K at a later date. So I'm kind of shifting my priorities of the collection and trying to stay on top of the 4K as much as possible. This set has no 4K discs. Many of the movies in this set I've actually bought on 4K, but in this set, they are on Blu-ray. So that's one reason. Another reason is that I have most of the movies that are in this set. Now, some of you who watch my main channel may point out that I had virtually all of the movies in the Walt Disney 100 Legacy box that I made a very long review and unboxing video on my main channel. You can check it out above if you want to watch it. Would really appreciate the support. But there's a couple big differences. One, that $1,500 box set, which is double what this cost, I got for so much less. Like, I have never wanted to say exactly how much, but you know how the CC40 box set would be $400 at 50% off? I paid less than that for this Disney box set. And at that price, I could totally justify it. And by the way, I could also get rid of many of my standalone releases which I did sell on eBay and got some of that money back. So that's a difference there. Plus, I think I'm a bigger Disney fan than a Criterion fan. That's probably another thing. But considering I already have most of the movies in this set, really, I think I'm missing 5 that are in this set. Well, and coupled with the fact that some of the movies in this set I do have on 4K, I don't have as much of a reason to get this set as well. And then the third reason, although I could certainly learn to live with this if somehow I came to possession of this thing, it's a massive set. I mean, I already have a hard time with like the Godzilla set being number 1000, and then basically it can't be part of the numbered set because it's so big. So I don't know if I need another big box set of Criterion. Again, it would be nice to have, but is it essential for me? Probably not. Unless somebody wants to hook me up with a very good deal or send it over for review purposes, for me, this purchase is not for me. That being said, I could see this being a very easy recommendation for other people, especially if you are either brand new to the Criterion Collection or you have just gotten started. Because, first of all, yes, $800 is a lot of money. I'm not going to claim that it's not. It's one of the reasons why I'm probably not getting it for myself right now. But let's say you want to get into the Criterion Collection and you have not started yet. I always recommend people go to a 50% off sale, whether it be through Criterion themselves or Barnes and Noble, and they get some titles. Now, most people will spend $200 to $300 on their haul, getting a ton of movies. Well, for just a little bit more, you would have a great start to a great collection in packaging that, by everything I've seen on the website, is fabulous. And these are not, sloppily chosen films. These are movies that I think actually represent what the Criterion Collection is. You have Eight and a Half, you have Seven Samurai, you have Do the Right Thing, you have House. Heck, you even have some slightly more mainstream films like Stanley Kubrick's Barry Lyndon and Being There with Peter Sellers. But the movies that they selected, now they claim that these are some of the movies that people buy the most. I believe that's true, but also movies like The Red Shoes in this set, I should say, that, in my opinion, is what makes the Criterion Collection special. Yes, this movie did get a couple Oscar nominations, probably a couple wins too, but Criterion seeks out the forgotten classics, the international films that otherwise would not get eyeballs here. And they look and they find these movies and they say these movies do not deserve to be forgotten. They deserve to be cherished. They deserve to be shared. They deserve to be celebrated. And they put them on disc. And with this collection, you are getting a very good idea of what their mission statement is. Yes, occasionally we make fun because they release like an Armageddon as part of the collection, or The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, which I think is a very good movie, but for them to release that when it was a brand new release, not 100% sure if that was wise, because that movie had not proven that it has stood the test of time. I still think it's a very good movie, but I don't know anyone who really talks about it anymore, if I'm being honest. Oh, and don't even get me started on that jellyfish movie. Oh my gosh, that movie is so. Oh my gosh. Having nightmares of just thinking about watching that movie. I don't know why Criterion released that movie, but just take my word, don't get it. But that being said, even though Criterion stumbles sometimes, even though they have to go a little mainstream with a few of their picks, because you know what, a Wally and a Thelma and Louise and a Malcolm X help keep the lights on because they're more popular movies and they're artistic. Criterion has prided themselves in buying movies and releasing them not only in their best presentation possible, but movies that you probably have never heard of, you probably would never seen, but Criterion curates and they say this is a great film. And because they have a reputation for grabbing great films, you believe them. You could put $400 down the set. Heck, you can put $800 down the set, and you will be guaranteed pretty much to get nothing but high quality movies in a set that is a premium experience. Like a Criterion release, I've always explained it's kind of like opening an iPhone. I mean, sure, you can open like an Android or something like that, and there's a little bit of an experience to that. But when you open like an Apple product, it's kind of like a whole nother level. They make it an experience, and Criterion does that too. So this set is a great first starter set for those who maybe they've heard about the Criterion Collection, maybe they haven't heard about the Criterion Collection, maybe they've wanted to start getting the Criterion discs, haven't gotten around to it, or maybe they've just kind of started, but they only have a few and they would like to have a substantial amount in their collection. Well, for those people, the CC40 set, I believe, is a great set to have. It is a wonderful set to have. So even though I personally will not be buying this set, under the right circumstance, if you fall under one of the scenarios that I have outlined, it's definitely good for you. And by the way, there is a third scenario, though this is probably not as common. Let's say you have a fair amount of Criterion releases. If this set has mostly movies you have not bought, even though you've been buying Criterions for a while, and you don't care about the 4K discs, then yes, this is also a circumstance where you would be well within your right to purchase it, and I believe it would provide great value. I don't think that's the case, though, because if you've been buying Criterions for a while, who doesn't have the Fellini films? Who doesn't have some of the Kurosawa films? I mean, it's, I also believe Criterion, they say these are some of their best-selling titles, and they're best-selling titles for a reason. But that being said, there's my stance on the CC40 box set. What's your stance? Are you going to get it? Have you gotten it? What do you think about it? I would love to know. I mean, maybe if enough people comment below and tell me how great it is, maybe I'll change my mind, even if I have to pay a little bit more than what I would want for it. Let me know, and I will see you at the movies. Hey, you made it to the end. Thank you so much for making it to the end. Just a few more things. First of all, the names that you see on the screen, these are our Patreon and YouTube member supporters, and I thank each and every one of them. Their support helps me make exclusive videos for Patreon and YouTube members, as well as keep the channel running, and of course is just of huge kindness to me. Also, don't forget to check out the iCritic-led podcast on Spotify, Apple, Google, Deezer, whatever podcasting service you listen to, it is there. We definitely want to see you there. And hey, there's also other videos that you can check out. So, check out these other channels, these other videos, especially that one. I think that's a really good one.